Good day, YouTubers. I have a story about the obvious. And this was so obvious, it probably would have gone over most people's heads like it did mine. This is a 2004 Electric Glide. I bought this used, obviously, 2017, I believe. And since I've owned it, every time you hit the start button from a cold start, it always has a hesitant where it's baroom, baroom, boop, 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 and then the thing will fire up. So all the years I've owned this, I always thought the starter was bad and just getting worn out, you know. That's kind of the obvious thing to look at. So I ended up changing the battery in the past a couple times. It seems to help, but I always had that slow start to get started. So this time, I think my voltage regulator went out because I only had 12 volts. Actually, I only had 11 volts, but if I revved it up going down the road, I can get up to about 13. But I never had a check engine light come on. Some people do when the voltage regulator goes bad. I ended up changing it out. Nothing really improved. I had a hard time getting the damn thing to start. And I ended up playing around with it. And I ended up taking my jumper cables and took the negative, hooked to the negative side of the battery. Then I hooked it down to the block of the bike. And the bike actually improved a little bit. Not much at starting, but just the electronics itself seemed to work a little bit better. And the starter seemed to want to work a little bit better. So that proved my theory. So anyways, the following day, which is today, I took it off, the battery out, sorry. I looked at my negative cable, and this is what I found. Where it goes to the block, the wires actually just vibrated loose, and it finally broke. So probably when I had the bike, it was just probably not fully broken, but enough where I couldn't get enough amps through it. And the last ride I did the following weekend, that's probably what created my voltage regulator, at least my volt gauge, down to like around 11.5 or so. So anyways, took it apart and boom, it wasn't even connected. So anyways, I'm gonna flip this around. You can see where the battery hooks up. Wrong place. This is where the positive side goes right into the starter. Right back there, you see some new copper. That's my new piece that I put on. Now when I start it, I mean, it actually starts like it's supposed to start. It's never done that until I actually fixed it today. And I'm just impressed because it's such an obvious, simple thing that nobody ever looks for, is starting simple and work your way up to the more complex issues. And you hear other people in the automotive shop say the same thing. People automatically jump to, oh, it's got to be this thing is bad, and found out it's had a bad ground because the cable is broken. So, really, I think this video is about just take your time, check everything, and just don't jump to an immediate conclusion, which I almost bought a $500 starter from Harley, and once I put it in my bike, I owned it. Luckily, all it was just going to AutoZone and bought a $7 new copper piece and stripped back the wire a little bit and crimped the shit out of it, and it works. So before you start jumping to conclusions, make sure you check everything. Have a good day, and I hope this video really helps a lot of people out. Bye-bye.